All right. Hopefully this one works better than the last one.
You want my hotspot real quick?
We'll see if we need it or not. That's why I started this one a little bit early. We're still in the car. We just parked. We're in Louisville, Kentucky. I believe Kentucky is a blue state. So we were just in a red state, Indiana, and attended the New Albany, Indiana No Kings demonstration. And now we are in Louisville, Kentucky, right around the corner from their demonstration for No Kings. So, what's up, Ferry in the chat? Good to see you. I'm sure my reception should be better here. I don't know what was going on across the river. I had really bad reception, but this is a lot bigger demonstration anyway. And for those of you who don't know, Louisville was one of the cities that were under the consent decree by the Department of Justice Oversight Division, which no longer really exists. It's still there, but they don't have any employees working on any cases. Under the Trump administration, the new FBI directors that were handpicked and appointed by Trump, they decided to erase consent decrees, which are agreements for the government to behave in the states. Cases where they were known to have violated civil rights to the extent in which they needed to do a whole consent decree. Those have been removed by Trump administration, so they're basically just freeing, bad organizations to be able to do whatever damage to the citizens that they want. Thankfully, Louisville's mayor has still been very much in line with the consent decree that no longer exists. And I think Minnesota actually had a judge that refiled in state court all the same rules that were in the consent decree in Minnesota to apply. So that's happening. So people are fighting back. People are pushing back against Trump's bullshit. Thankfully, the state's governments are mostly doing the right thing, which surprises me. But we were just in Indiana, and the Minnesota. Are you serious, Mark? See that?
What?
Don't read it out loud. I gotta verify it. Thank you for that information, Mark. Really?
Oh.
Yeah. So this is tyranny. What we're experiencing, whether you recognize it or not, it's up to you. Some people are slower than others. Some people don't know their constitutional rights. Some people don't know criminal law. A lot of us don't. We're not actually taught it in. Will you check it out? You are, aren't you?
Yep.
So is it verified? The Minnesota lawmaker. Let me read the. Minnesota lawmaker Melissa Horton was shot and killed.
No, in grave condition.
Oh, is in grave condition. Targeted political violence.
Okay, so Melissa Hortman was killed, and then Senator John Hoffman is in grave condition.
Okay, so Melissa was killed, and Hoffman is in grave condition. This is tyranny, folks. I don't know that story. I don't know what's going on there, but I do know that Minnesota just enacted state law against their known violent police department that was under consent decree. So maybe that's another story we need to be doing real soon. And people getting killed is just, it's so unnecessary and ridiculous and scary and sad. I don't care what they did for a living. It's bad, that people are getting killed over this shit. All we want is constitutional rights being respected. That's all we've ever wanted, me and Tiffany, since we started a YouTube channel. That's all we've ever wanted. Constitutional rights being respected by the government.
The guy...
Play it on here.
The guy that shot was impersonating a police officer.
Wow. Probably a 3%er.
My good friend and colleague,
play it on here.
Speaker Melissa Hortman, and her husband Mark were shot and killed early this morning in what appears to be a politically motivated assassination. Our state lost a great leader, and I lost a dearest of friends. Speaker Hortman was someone who served the people of Minnesota with grace, compassion, humor, and a sense of service. She was a formidable public servant, a fixture and a giant in Minnesota. She woke up every day determined to make this state a better place. She is irreplaceable, and we've been missed by so many. Minnesota's thoughts and prayers are with her family, her loved ones, her children, and her parents. My prayers also go out to State Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette, who were each shot multiple times. The Hoffmans are out of surgery at this time and receiving care, and we are cautiously optimistic they will survive this assassination attempt. This was an act of targeted political violence. Peaceful discourse is the foundation of our democracy. We don't settle our differences with violence or at gunpoint. In the state of Minnesota, and as recently as last week, in the most closely divided state legislature in the country, we sat down, we worked things out, we debated, we shook hands and compromised, and we served the state of Minnesota together. We proved that it's possible, even in these politically charged times, to find compromise and adhere to the principles of democracy and civil discourse. We must all, Minnesota and across the country, stand against all forms of political violence. At this precipice moment we're on, this tragic act here in Minnesota should serve as a reminder to all of us. The democracy and the debates in the halls of Congress, in state houses, in school boards, is a way to settle our differences peacefully and move society to a better place. We're collaborating with all local, state, and federal agencies on a full investigation. We're committed to keeping Minnesotans informed as the situation continues. I assure you that those responsible for this will be held accountable. And each and every one of us are committed to making sure that a tragedy like this never repeats itself in Minnesota or across this country. I'd now like to turn it over to my public safety team to fill you in on the specifics of this ongoing investigation.
Thank you, Governor, and thank you, everyone, for being here today. My name is Drew Evans, and I'm the superintendent at the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension. I want to start by just expressing our deepest sympathies to the communities, the family, the friends, and everybody that cared about the individuals that were gunned down today. When we have individuals like this in our political leadership, they're not only political leaders, but they're members of the community, well-known members of the community, that the tragedy in a situation like this is not only for them, their friends and families, but us collectively, the communities they represent, us as a state of Minnesota as a whole. About 2 a.m. this morning, there was an original call in the city of Champlin where there was an individual that had shot Senator Hoffman and his wife. Police responded to that location. They were dealing with that and working through that process overnight. And then later on, at approximately 3:35, that another call came in when it was officers proactively checking because they knew of the incident that occurred, and they were going to check on Speaker Hortman at that time, at which time Brooklyn Park police officers encountered the individual who immediately fired at them, and they exchanged gunfire, and then the individual was able to escape during that exchange of gunfire. At the residence in Champlin, there was life-saving measures that were provided there. Both individuals were transported, as was previously noted, and they both received surgeries for their injuries at the hospital, and their conditions are at this time, both those individuals, Senator Hoffman and his wife, are both alive at this time, but they suffered gunshot wounds and are obviously in a difficult situation, but we're cautiously optimistic that they will continue to improve. At this time, it is a very active scene still, as you've seen. The Brooklyn Park Police Department, along with other members, the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, State Patrol, FBI, BC, and many others are actively engaged in a manhunt for the individual that we believe is responsible for this.
No, Octagon, we need you to stay.
In identity with those individuals as this progresses. But
those people need to be confronted. They need to see this. They need to know the truth.
We're not at the position we can do that as we're actively searching for that individual. Right now, just as noted, we're have teams Hennepin County
Stan.
Sheriff's Office and Chaplain are working at the scene there that occurred there, and then we are also, as we're stabilizing this between Brooklyn Park, working
Together
on
we
homicide
will stop
investigation with
MAGA.
Brooklyn Park Police, the BCA,
This is
FBI
America.
is assisting there as well, and we'll be conducting crime scene investigation there. And then the individuals that were killed will be doing autopsies of those individuals. To
Some
determine
MAGAs don't know
their
what they're doing.
injuries and how they passed away, but it was from gunshot wounds. At this time, I will answer questions after Commissioner of Public Safety Bob Jacobson speaks, but we'll be happy.
Some MAGAs don't know what they're doing. A lot of people are slower than others. Let's go watch another peaceful demonstration in downtown Louisville, where this place is known for riots during their demonstrations, because this city was painted as a riot city when the government was the ones creating the riots, and it was the state at the time. And they were delivered a consent decree by the former Division of Justice through the Department of Justice. It was a division that was created specifically to look out for civil rights violations, which was under Biden. Trump won't do that. Trump took it away because Trump wants the police to be violent and in control. That's part of tyranny, folks. So, and yeah, there's a lot of MAGAs. There's a lot of MAGAs who don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. There's a lot of MAGAs that are propagandists. There are a lot of MAGAs that are just plain ignorant and haven't seen the truth yet. And there's a lot of provocateur MAGAs. But that's what today's about, is to take a stance against that shit, to educate, to make sure that everyone knows. Make sure that everyone knows what they're really facing. And in case you didn't know, in case somebody watching this didn't know, enshrined in our First Amendment is the freedom under the First Amendment to assemble and petition the government, which is exactly what a protest is. No, we do not agree with crime. I mean, it happens. There are criminals. Unfortunately, there are criminals everywhere. They are in all forms of any organization as well. So, yes, people do bad things. Freedom is scary. Deal with it. And on the other hand, there are people who are doing those things to try to make everyone else look bad. But we do not agree with committing crime during protests. That is not protected under the First Amendment. The crime is not. But the protest is. And just like there are cops in an organization that are bad apples, there will be bad apples in any organization. And just like the cops are not going to stop having cops, we the people are not going to stop having we the people because of a few fucking bad apples. You're not taking away my rights. So this is a much busier city. Hopefully we're getting... Welcome to downtown Louisville, folks. Hopefully we're getting good reception this time. Like our press pass on my big gut. Say hi, OMC.
Hi.
That's crazy that that they're killing members of government in a state where they took action against civil rights violations. The government did. And I'm pretty sure that when it comes to the real violence, like the murders and things like that, you can thank a fellow MAGA, because we are very well studied on the organizations that are MAGA, which they weren't always MAGA, but they became MAGA, which is 3%ers, Proud Boys. There's a whole list. Patriots, Oath Keepers, QAnon. They're very much pro-MAGA. And they will do whatever they need to do to serve their king. Donald Orange, piece of shit, dumb fat fuck, reality TV actor, Trump. He is not a king. He's not a leader. He's a rapist. He's a tyrant. And he wants people to be hurt. and controlled. And he wants power. He wants what he was never born for. And maybe he's a good leader for morons. Yeah, MAGA, I'm calling you morons. Maybe he's the leader for morons and uneducated, indoctrinated propagandist idiots. And I'm not sided for any government. But what I am sided against is victims. Crimes against that create victims. So, we will fight for our rights. Peacefully. We will demonstrate, is what I should say. We will demonstrate for our rights. We will do more. We will petition. Tiffany and I have already filed a lawsuit and won against the government before, and we will do it again. Hear that, guys? We will do it again. We will petition. We will practice all of our rights when they're necessary. Looks like some provocateurs right there. They say America first, but they want to put America behind the king. MAGA is your typical lie. Hypocrite. They try to reverse everything. They reverse everything. They will say, they will hit you and then say, "Oh, don't hit me back. You're breaking the law. You broke the law. You hit me." They try to create problems so they can pretend to solve them. They're not solving problems. They're creating problems. That's the courthouse. And for anyone who's confused, this is anti-government that we're doing right now. This is a protest against the government. There are just a lot of really dumb people who love this government so much, this current one, that before they spoke out, but now they love it. Yeah, this is a bigger protest. But this is your quote-unquote violent city of Louisville. Look, streets are blocked off. There are a lot of people that are coming to these today. There are more than 2,100 of these happening right now. And there are a lot of people that have never been to one. There are a lot of people that were scared of what they were going to encounter because Fox News, which is owned and operated by the same investors that pay for Donald Trump's campaign, they run Fox News, and on Fox News they post pictures of the crime, and they make false claims that these things are violent, so it scares people. Violence happens everywhere, in pockets. They were happy to take a picture or two of Mexican flags and say, get them out of their country. They belong in their country if they want to fly their flag. When in fact, what's actually being flown is mostly American flags, as you can see. Here, I'll show you. American flags. And side by side, there have been a lot of Mexican flags to indicate the unity, the peace between the people.
That you make phone calls, that you march, that you get out to vote, that you support candidates who are going to support the things you support and not put up or kowtow to the guy we got in the White House right now. Because when we fight, keep fighting, Louisville, I got your back.
Okay, and now I'd like to invite the troubadours up to do a song. Are they around here?
Trump tried to make it illegal to wear masks. How about that? But yet his ICE agents that are running around unidentified hurting people are wearing masks so that they cannot be sued. I don't know if y'all know this about petitioning your government, y'all, but you need the identification of the officer that does your damages or your injuries. You have to have it, otherwise you can't file.
I'm so honored to be with all of you beautiful people today. Please look at the person around you. Say thank you for being here. Thank you for standing up for my children, my elders, my neighbors.
Don't be scared to attend one of these. It's your First Amendment right. I lost Tiffany.
I'm going to sing the word calm, and I'm going to sing the word unity. And I want everyone on this side to sing calm, and you all sing unity, okay?
Put them on the chat if you care about your First Amendment. I'll find her.
She said she was had to stick her head in the sand and go away eventually.
That's the courthouse. You've been there with us before. Before the consent decree. This is assembly. And what they're doing is petitioning their government. What I'm doing. This isn't political, this is a stance against tyranny. These are the people fighting for your freedom right now. We the people are the 5th division of our government. We the people. This is our job. This is your job. Not everyone is physically capable of coming out here and doing it. But if you care about your rights, you need to speak up. There's There's nothing lawful about the head of the police division of the United States of America using force and violence and overextending their powers to hurt people, anybody, people, period, in the jurisdiction of the United States. To not let you go to court, to grab people up without warrants. All of our constitutional rights are being violated right in front of your eyes. And a lot of people don't believe it. I'm gonna find Tiff. There's still a lot of people that don't even believe it. And I think a lot of those people actually do know it. They just want a king. And to that I say, go to a country with a king. Get the fuck out of mine. Let's find Tiff. I'd say she's probably in the shade somewhere. Last I saw her, she was over here somewhere. I'm sure there'll be Newsmax and Fox News later that'll say that there were issues here today. And they won't show this. You saw it though. You're seeing this. Anybody see Tiffany? Hey, there's the building that was being overridden by security that Tiffany and I got the cops called on us at. That's the sheriff's department right there. That's the courthouse. That bank has floors that are owned and operated by the government. That's the other courthouse. Y'all let me know if you see Tiff. I lost her. Or she lost me. Who said that? Jamo, you're wrong. Just research it, buddy. Yes, immigrants do have due process. Absolutely. Read. Just use your fucking brain and read the jurisdiction. Anyone in the jurisdiction of America has a right to due process. Jurisdiction. Learn what jurisdiction is. If you're a soft sick, get fucked. I don't mean to be rude. It's just that we've worked really hard to educate people on what we've learned. And if you want to argue with us about things that we show you in black and white, you can get fucked. And what you're calling illegal is ICE are arresting people and then saying, oh, now you've been charged. Therefore, whatever legal activity you had going on in your process is now fucked, and you gotta go. That's all they're doing. You like oppression? You like police overreach? You like people getting hurt? I don't. I don't think our government should ever lay a fucking hand on us. We own them. Anybody see Tiff? How's the picture, guys? Is it holding up? If I can find her, I'll get closer to the center, to the epicenter. This building is the epicenter, by the way. I'll get all up in that shit if I can find Tiff. I know she's in shade somewhere over here. We found her. We've been looking for you for like 10 minutes.
I got a 5-minute video. I was all the way up in there.
Oh, well, let's go up in there. That's what I was looking for you for. Let's go up in there.
I've already been all the way up in there.
Well, I was waiting on you, so
I took off and left you.
I think we got pretty good service this time. I like that one. So much wrong and so little cardboard. That's right there. Can I film your sign? This is absolutely historically correct. Very correct. Thank you. This war was already fought. This is the war of racism, is what you're dealing with. You'd have to do a lot of research, and people call me conspiracy theorist for it because a lot of people don't really understand the history. Tiff's getting recognized. I'll go this way, babe. How you doing, buddy?
All right, my name is Robert.
Nice to meet you, Robert.
Oh, you're as sweaty as I am, dude.
Oh man, it's hot, dude.
All
It's
you
humid.
want to say about.
Sorry. No, we appreciate you.
You too.
I'm glad you're out here.
I'll take all your chance I get, you know what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate that. Yeah, you saw we moved.
Did you?
Yeah, the channel's moved.
What is it then?
It's still for public safety, but you have to put Chris Reiter.
Just Reiter?
Chris Reiter, that's
Chris
my real
Reiter,
name.
okay.
So just put that in the search. The government owns the other one now. They stole it.
They
Yeah, they
took
sabotage it.
Yeah. It's gonna get worse too.
Yeah, I know.
They will sit there and start.
Well, this is bad. I mean, what we're dealing with right now is real bad. People don't realize it, but the government's going to go way out of control now. I'm happy to see the states are standing up against it in a lot of cases. Huh? Oh, I know.
Have y'all seen a cop yet?
Yeah, but not like in anybody's face. There's guards. We're going to get up in here and
All right.
it's good to see you, man. Stay with me, babe. I'll tell you all a story about the Breonna Taylor demonstrations here in a few minutes. So don't leave if you want to hear our story. We had an experience, a violent experience.
Our streets!
I'm gonna go with you. I just wanted to show people it. At the center. Where's Newsmax? Filming how much violence there is. There's so much violence here. Which is so not true. They'll say it though. They'll say it on propaganda channels. There's two that are paid for by the campaign contributors to Trump, who are also attached to the Heritage Foundation, which is something y'all need to research. Let's go to the shade tree, honey. I want to tell y'all a story about the BLM protests that were happening here a few years ago and mine and Tiffany's experience. See, now, that person understands what we're actually dealing with. And it's not just them. There's a collection that's split into different loosely organized groups. Hey, Joe. But they're all from the same quote-unquote foundation, the loose groups. And a lot of people are in them and don't even know it. They don't even realize where it's founded or why it exists. They're just hanging with, chilling with their friends and having a good time, you think, you know, because they're told it's all about freedom to have their guns and whatnot.
I appreciate it. That's the right thing to do.
Should probably go up that way. Hang on, damn, I should have brought my drink. I want to tell them the story about our experience. Oh, this is good. So, you want to come in for this? All right, so I'm a contractor, commercial contractor. I do commercial facility maintenance and repairs and whatever commercial buildings need that are in my client list. 100-mile radius of Louisville. And back during the BLMs here in Louisville, we were getting a lot of calls to board up buildings where they were organizing protests. So Tiff and I was so overwhelmed, had so many to do that Tiff even jumped in to help me out a little bit. And it was late at night. I think it was a Saturday night, wasn't it?
It was Friday.
So Friday or Saturday night. It was late. The protests all over the TV had been showing how violent they were. So yeah, you know, people were scared. And we were in the parking lot, boarding up on these buildings, windows, and there was a whole parking lot crowded more than this, full of protesters. And a couple of them come up and asked, like, why are you boarding the building? We're not, you know, do you believe the hype? Do you believe that we're here to bust the windows out of the building? They thought I owned it. I said, no, I'm just a contractor. They paid me to come do it. I said, dumbasses will have to pay me to come take it down too. And they went and bought us dinner. And they offered us places to sit. And they talked to us and they told us all the propaganda that was being pushed on the news, and that they had been to every one of the protests and very active, and they were organizers themselves, and they showed us videos and pictures. And as we were sitting there hanging out with them after the job was done, we agreed with what they were protesting too, by the way, the violence, the police violence here in Louisville. Yeah, so we were sitting there hanging out with them, and all of a sudden this group of giant trucks with Confederate flags and things of the like in the bed started rolling through, shooting their guns. And then about 5 minutes after that, someone got shot in the gas station parking lot across the street from us. I mean, it was like right there, you know, like hearing a shot in your own yard. It was the MAGAs that did that. They're coming to these events and they're doing things like that just as much as someone vandalizes a car there are also MAGAs who are coming to these events and doing things like that. I would rather see, I don't want to see either, but I'd rather see a car with a facial recognition, no driver, get burned for following protesters and identifying them than a person being shot because they stand up against people with rebel flags on their trucks, Confederate flags, who are shooting guns and violent and screaming racial slurs at the crowd. I would rather see a car, a government-owned vehicle with facial recognition cameras following people around get burned, but I don't want to see either. What I want to see is this. This is what I want to see. There's a guy going through, flipping them off, and then cheering, other people cheering. Yeah, and look, in America, you can have your freedom to your opinion. If you're against it, fine. Don't be violent about it. And if you're against this movement, then you are a bootlicker. You are an absolute bootlicker. You need a king. That's what you're crying about. You want a king. You don't like the Constitution being the supreme rule of this land. You are probably racist. Sorry, you know. You're probably racist. You probably need to deal with that. Maybe not. Or maybe you don't know you are.
Probably need to deal with that.
Say it again, baby.
I'm just laughing.
That might be a personal problem that you need to figure out. And it's fine. You know, look, it's not fine. It's just, it is a thing that a lot of people don't realize that they suffer from. You were born from parents who were born from parents that were raised in an environment where racism was normal. So, you know, if you listen to your mommy and daddy really, really well, and they listen to their mommy and daddy really, really well, and you're good at following rules, then you probably grew up in a household where there was still systemic racism. But that's not what this is necessarily about. It's about bloodlines. It's about the Heritage Foundation. It's about Project 2025. I could break it down for you, and I will at some point. But this is a collection of two very well-known historical hate groups, Nazis and Confederates, bloodlines that have been trying to bring a certain agenda to this country to rule this country for a long time. And they will not quit trying. They will not quit trying until they're eliminated.
I got some good video.
Tiff's been taking some awesome video too, by the way. You can't see it.
I can turn it up here.
It's okay. It's the same thing as this, really. We'll publish it later. We'll publish Tiffany's static video along with some information. I wish y'all knew the recent history of Louisville with First Amendment protesting. Like, I need to update you more on that. A lot of the videos that I did on it with organizers have been removed from my platform. And I still need to redo them and put them back up. The government fights me tooth and nail. And guess what, y'all? Like, I haven't been saying this because, you know, I didn't want to divide people. But every single, here, let me flip this and say it. Tiffany, what political party has every single one of the bad actors that we have covered on our channels been? Say it. It's honest, it's true. They've been Republicans every single time.
I
We didn't
pick their party.
Yeah, we didn't even see that as a thing, but it is a fact. Jamie Knoll paid stolen taxpayer money into WinRed for the Trump campaign. A lot of it, stolen money. And the government officials that received it for their campaigns refused to give it back. Stolen tax money that they used for their campaigns, and they were all Republican. Jamie Knoll was the 9th chair, Republican Party in Indiana. That's awesome. Yeah, so look, and we ain't got no beef with real Republicans. We're just saying it's a very corrupt political party. Very corrupt political party. So the ones that aren't necessarily actually corrupt are just playing ball. You're watching your country get divided and conquered. That's what's happening. We saw it coming, right? But this right here is a reminder to them that we the people are the check and balance that you've been looking for. And you have found us, and we are here. And we will not stand down. We will not back off. We will not let you be a king. We won't let people stomp on our constitutional freedoms. Yeah, maybe it did, Tanya. Maybe the division did start under Obama because a lot of people didn't like a black president, you know? So yeah, there was a lot of division from that. But if you look at the political history, there's been a lot of shifting and changing over the years, but that's not what you're looking at here now. What's happening here now is an infiltrated political party who has an agenda. The agenda is to have full power and control over the jurisdiction of this nation, as well as they're probably going to start trying to take control over other nations. And they're telling you they're doing it. But there is history to it. And there has been political division under other presidents. That's how the Republican and Democrat Party ideology switch happened from the 50s to the 70s. That's how it happened. It happened by a series of events politically and some different people running on different tickets. And then a fake television president, Ronald Reagan, lying about his position, and his front runner that was against him caught a lot of hatred for being bad government, and even people that were not Republican were voting for Reagan. So it caused a shift in the two parties, and I'll prove it to you in chat, y'all. Let's play which party. So D for Democrat, R for Republicans. Which party wants to remove Confederate statues? R or D? Which party wants to remove Confederate statues? Which party? Which party wants to remove Confederate statues? Democrat since Christmas. Anybody else? Which party wants to remove Confederate symbolism? Statues. That's right, Christmas. The Democrats. Back in the day? No. No, sir. We know that Republicans are the former Democrats, which were the racist party. You're right, Christmas, by the way. They have flipped, and that's why you are seeing now Democrats, which would have used to have been the Republican Party, staying against Confederate ideology. But if you look in history, before the 60s and 50s, before the 50s, you would have seen the other way around. There's your proof. That's all you need. So the next time a Republican says, well, the Democrats are the racist ones, explain it to them. So yeah, they were back in the day until the ideology flipped. Now the parties have turned. And now it's the Republicans who want to reverse all the work and all the deaths and all the fighting that was won during the Civil War. Now it's the Republicans that want it the wrong way. They want to ruin it. That's right, DG. Yeah, KKK are very much involved with Nazis, and as are the Proud Boys, 3%ers, like all these current break-off organizations. They're all one big agenda tool together, but they have the same ideology because they are actually just divisions. Just like the military breaks up divisions, that's what's going on with the same group. Like I did a short the other day about it, where back in the 60s they were saying, you know, this is a ghost organization. This nation will never be free when there's a ghost organization involved in our government. They've been putting people in positions for a long time. The KKK have, as well as Nazis, and they are conformed together. And like I said, I can walk you through it, but right now you might as well just envision me with a tinfoil hat, because that's what people are going to say. But so it's peaceful. Something might happen later. Something might happen. The car might get broke into, or the trash can might get burned, or you know, maybe one of the 3%er groups put some bricks out here somewhere, and the cops going to end up doing something to somebody and pissing them off. You're going to get in a fight. It's just going to, you know, it could happen. But when it does, know that that will not stop this, and this is peaceful. We're not going to bow down to a few bad apples. We're not going to play into the propaganda that the people that are here in drones are not here peacefully for the purpose of the First Amendment, the right to assemble. Well, honey?
Picture of her sign, but I didn't want to get a picture of her kiddo.
Oh, yeah. We want to find our friend.
Give me a number.
Oh, hang on a second, y'all. Well, oh, and I am accepting any donations, by the way. I don't think we've had any, which is not necessary, but, you know, I am running the YouTube channel, so I could use a little bit of help with the gas and all. I'm not asking, I'm just saying. Seemed like I caught so much bullshit from the government infiltrators that people literally think that I'm not supposed to make any money from YouTube now for some reason. I've been making a lot of videos for you guys lately too that are going to be coming out. That's right, Octagon. MAGA has paid provocateurs, agitators. Otacon, sorry. Shit, have I been mispronouncing your name this whole time? Yeah, MAGA are very ignorant. Or some are not ignorant at all, and they know exactly what they want. They want kings. They want kings. They think that they're safe. Like, they think that they won't be charged with crimes. They think that their property won't get broken into. They think that nobody's gonna beat them up wearing a uniform. But they're wrong. As soon as there's a king, as soon as this transition that they're trying to do is done, everybody's gonna get it. Especially MAGAs. Name one person in the Trump administration that has lasted the test of friendship with Donald fucking Trump or any of his MAGAs. Name one. Even his own wife doesn't stay around him. Oh, you're trying to get away from me? Well, just don't get too, let me know where you're going so that I don't. She's trying to do some static recording. You see that building right there? I have a video of police snipers that were shooting from up there 2 years ago. That's right. Protesters. I'm not going to fall into saying what happened in LA was bad. What I'm going to say is that there were bad things that happened during the protests, because that is the correct way to say it. The demonstration was fully necessary. The crime is the crime. People commit crimes. They do that. It happens. That's what the cops are for. Supposed to. That's what they're supposed to be for. Which, have you noticed? Hardly any. And look how peaceful. I haven't seen a cop yet. Have you seen a cop? I'm not even seeing them on the tops of the buildings like they were during Breonna Taylor protest. Remember when they were on that building with their sniper rifles? I'm not seeing them at all, not even in front of the buildings. You want to walk around and see if we can find one?
I can't stay in the sun for very long.
I think the sun's down right now. Hopefully it'll stay that way for a minute. We'll see if we can even find police officers.
Sorry.
See, maybe the governor of LA was right. If you don't crowd people with military and National Guard and cops and weapons and flashbangs, you know, maybe if you just back the fuck off and let people have their First Amendment freedom, maybe it'd be a lot more peaceful. I mean, that's what we're proving here, right? Maybe. How you doing, buddy? Chris.
William.
Nice to meet you.
Fisherman's contact.
That's right.
Good seeing you.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. We still get recognized from time to time, even with our channels being tiny now. Of course, the sun would start blaring again as soon as we walked out of there.
Driving by.
I love it. That's right there. Talk about some crime. How about that crime that a lot of people just want to overlook? Trump forced himself on a woman in the 90s. Got in America. What's up, brother?
No more building.
Probably a fit. Right there's the building where the prosecuting attorneys in our case is at. prosecutor's office. There's the jail. That place caught a lot of consent decree hell. Well, they did a lot of civil rights violations in that building. Holy shit. No cops. Last time Tiff and I were here, where we're standing right now, we ran into a whole group of undercover narcotics cops. And identified them. Hang on a second, guys.
Yeah, I've been watching y'all stuff for like a year. Yeah, I've been watching y'all stuff for like a year.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
In front of everybody.
Hopefully we help. We try.
Absolutely, dude.
I mean, our government. I can't believe they took the consent decree away. It's like all that work.
You like to? Good turnout today.
Yeah, we were just in New Albany too. They had a good turnout over there too, especially with the rain.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. Nobody wants a fucking king, bro. They tried so hard to keep people from assembling.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your first sign. Any questions whether or not we're experiencing tyranny.
Right.
Like, if it wasn't tyranny, would they go against having us assemble? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we got a problem. Thankfully, none of the music is solid enough to give me a copyright.
Right. No, it makes you hopeful when you see this many people show out.
Yeah, man. Louisville's always been good about it.
Yeah.
You know. Well, they sure got painted in a bad light through
right over there
BLM
in
and stuff.
Jeff. I'm like 4 blocks from the courthouse.
There you go. So you see it in reality.
Oh, yeah.
You want to do an interview?
What's up?
You want to do an interview?
I'm good right now.
Okay.
I
All right.
appreciate it.
No problem. Is everything working okay, y'all?
Just a little camera shot sometimes. You know?
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, that shit out in Meade County was crazy, man.
Still crazy.
Can't fucking believe it.
They gave me 2 more fucking charges from home. I'm sitting at home. And I find out that they charged me 2 more charges because a YouTuber named Chris Ruff, Direct D, you ever heard of that piece of shit?
The one that really got me was whenever y'all went up to get your documents and they treated you like that.
That was the main thing that happened.
Insane, dude.
And then because we caught their chief on camera,
Right.
the jailer, who's his best friend, has been just relentlessly harassing me, bro.
Front, being all,
Dude, it's nuts, man. He came to YouTube and started a channel with a murderer.
I had a buddy actually send me your all stuff, and I stay up late at night watching YouTube stuff, and I was like, and I saw how much content you had. I was like, dude, no way. I'm gonna sit here and watch this.
It's easy to binge, yeah. Well, now that channel's gone. That Meade County took it over and published.
We go by the name of Punk Slayer.
And then got it taken down, and then started their own called For Public Safety, using my logos and stuff. So I had my old channel and just built it back up and started building it back up. That's where I'm at now.
It's nice meeting you. I support what you do.
Yeah,
bro.
you too, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I support what you're doing. Thank you. Doggy poop. I don't know if that music's gonna cause any issues or not. We'll probably go ahead and end this stream. This is what it looks like out here, y'all. That's it. They're not breaking into cars. They're not burning anything. They're not doing anything crazy. The cops are nowhere to be found, which is probably part of the reason it's so peaceful. Which is a good choice on the mayor part. He's learning, isn't he? Greenberg, if you're watching, you're learning. You're learning. And thankfully, we used to have a division of the FBI that helped you learn. And Donald Trump, fuck you for removing it. And yeah, Donald Trump, fuck you, period. No kings. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Love you.